I used to think that I had to wait for my fear to stop in order for me to start. And it created a problem because I was never creating anything because I was waiting to feel brave enough, ready enough. But the truth is that you're never going to feel ready enough. The fear isn't going anywhere, but you have to work in spite of that fear. Hi, everybody. My name is Alecia Renece. I'm a multi-passionate creative and singer-songwriter here to encourage you to build a creative life and business of your dreams. Yay, welcome. So let's talk about our friend fear. Number one, I don't think that we should wait until we're fearless. Fear is a friend. It's here to protect you, trying to save you from hurting yourself, embarrassing yourself, and other things like that. And so if we really count fear out, that leaves us out here unprotected. The problem begins when we allow fear to take the driver's seat instead of telling it where to go. So for example, if I want to touch a hot stove, fear is there to say, hey, don't touch the hot stove because you're going to hurt yourself. But in the same way, fear is trying to protect us from death, essentially, right? So if I want to go on a stage and sing a song, my fear is going to say, don't do this. They're going to laugh at you. They're going to hate you. But we know that that's not the worst thing that can happen. It might happen, right? It might very well happen. But 9 times out of 10, it's not going to happen. And 9 times out of 10, you're not going to die, right? So I like to do a little exercise when I am afraid. I write down my fear. I acknowledge it. I don't pretend it's not there. I don't try to be fearless. I acknowledge my fear. I said, hey, okay, what am I afraid of? And I'm going to use this as an example, singing publicly. Okay, why am I afraid to sing publicly? The fear, and really be honest with yourself, right? So one of the fears that I have is the fear of failure, the fear of messing up, the fear of people not liking it. And so really when I get to the heart of all those fears, it's other people. It's other people's judgments. Okay, cool. So I'm afraid of other people's judgments. And so if people judge me, what am I afraid of that judgment? What am I afraid of? What is it going to do to me? It's going to tell me, what does that mean if they judge me? It's going to tell me that I'm not good enough. It's going to reinstate and support the idea that I'm not good enough. I'm not beautiful enough. I'm not trained enough. I'm not good enough to be on this stage. And so is that what that fear would mean? So we go from, I'm afraid of people seeing me on stage singing. Why? Because I don't want them to judge me. Why? Because then I feel like I'm not good enough. And so what would that mean? What would that fear mean then, right? So we ask why twice and we say, what would that mean? That would mean that I'm a fraud. That would mean that I'm an imposter. That would mean that I'm really not creative or not good enough. And it would mean that the gift that I thought I had, I don't have. And so what would that mean? That would mean that I would have nothing. That would mean that I'm not talented. And so we're really facing the fear, right? Really being serious and being realistic about what we're really afraid of. The fear isn't about their judgment. The fear is that I'm not good enough, that I'm a fraud, that all this time people have been lying to me, telling me that I'm talented and I'm really not, right? So then we get to the real heart of the fear and we ask, what is the truth? What is the truth about that fear? The truth is I am talented. The truth is I enjoy singing beyond what other people think, right? The truth is I enjoy singing. I enjoy my own voice. I enjoy my music. I enjoy sharing art with other people. We try to find truths that are outside of other people's opinions and their values, right? Because if we're basing our worth on other people, we will always feel unworthy. So we have to get with ourselves and figure out, okay, what is the truth of what I'm afraid of? The truth is I love singing. The truth is I love sharing my music. The truth is that other people do enjoy that music that are close to me, right? And so maybe that's enough. Maybe I don't have to get on the world stage to appeal to everybody. Maybe I can appeal to a few and myself first. So we really find the truth of that fear and we hold on to those truths even in the face of fear as proof to say, this is why I should continue, right? So we start with the fear. We ask why twice. We get to the heart of it. Okay, what would that mean? And then what would that mean? And so we face that truth. We face that fear with the truth, right? So we say, okay, fear, I know that you're afraid to get on stage, but I like singing. I know you're afraid that people are going to boo us, but I enjoy getting on stage and performing. And those truths, those reasons are reason enough for me to show up in spite of fear. So I want you to do the same exercise. What are you afraid of? Let me know. Tell me in the comments what you're afraid of. Ask that question. Say, why am I afraid of this? What am I really afraid of, right? And then what am I really afraid of that fear? Then ask, if these fears were realized, what would that mean? What would that mean? If people booed you, what would that mean? If people unsubscribed, what would that mean? If people told you you're the worst person in the world, if people called you ugly, what would that mean? And what would that mean for you? Then meet those with truths about yourself. And you can apply this to anything, singing, performing, starting a new job, starting a new career, a business, asking somebody out on a date, right? Like, what is the worst they can say? No. Okay, what would that mean? That means that I'm not attractive, I'm not pretty. But what is the truth? Maybe you're just not their cup of tea. And maybe they're not yours. Maybe that is the truth, right? So it's really important that we meet these fears with the truth, our own truth, not truths based on other people, our own truth, and then proceed anyway. Because the truth is your enjoyment, your pleasure, your passions are more important than these fears. Which one is more important? Your fear in staying safe or the passions, the thing that you actually care about? Which one's more important? You have to decide that for yourself. And then once you decide, you say, okay, you know what? Because I enjoy this, I'm gonna do it anyway. And you go out there and you win. And you win. And even if people don't support it, even if people do boo, the fact that you chose yourself in the face of fear is a win in my book. So I celebrate you. So yes, understand that we're all afraid of something. We all struggle with fear. I struggle with fear. And you don't have to be fearless. And I don't think it's possible to be fearless. I think if you're fearless, you need to go get therapy. This is how I honestly feel. There's no such thing as fearless. We all have fears, but we have to hold on to our truths and our passions and our missions more tightly than we hold on to our fear. We can acknowledge it and thank fear for trying to protect us and save us, but we don't need to be saved. We need to do, we need to be all of who we're supposed to be. Okay? So I love you. I will see you all in the next video. Let me know if this is helpful. Let me know if you need like a recap or something, and I will talk to you all soon. All right. Love you. Bye.